Okay, guys, you're trying to deal with exhaust pipes, and everyone talks about many different techniques, but use what you would use in your house, in your basement. Water pipes, hot water, steam boiler system pipes. You would use pipe wrenches. So, pipe wrenches are the secret. Now, first we're going to talk about some supplies. Right there, we got general purpose automotive, whatever the hell grease. Also, WD-40 with the extension tube. That's key. Get some of that in there if you need to. Always grease your pipes when installing. This way they might come out easier when you want to remove them. The other thing is the exhaust clamp. Don't over tighten your exhaust clamps. They are not for creating an airtight seal. Not going to happen. So don't over crank them, because when you go to loosen them after they're rusted to shit, they're going to break. So don't over tighten them. I know people think that when you tighten the shit out of them, they create a dimple, a little ridge, an indent in the pipe, which will help stop the pipe from coming off. But when you go to take things off, it's going to make it harder for you to get them off. So just don't over tighten. Don't create a massive indent in your pipe, and then it won't be so hard to remove them again. Okay, moving on. Right there. Pipe wrenches. Those are key. Use 2 of them in alternating positions. Similar to this. That's only one on. But obviously you would put the other one on this area here. Pipe clamp, pipe wrench there, pipe wrench there. And this way you can rock them in alternating directions, start those pipes moving, and then you can slowly work them off or on, whatever you're trying to do. Alright, moving on over here. Here's a good look right there. Notice how I put some all-purpose grease before I put my muffler on. Helps it slide on easier, helps you work it on easier. And then here's my exhaust clamp. Again, not over tightened. These are not designed to create an airtight seal. They're designed to hold 2 pipes together. Creates a little indent here or on the top side of the exhaust clamp. The other thing is those rubber things up there, those rubber nightmares. There it is. Grease those fuckers up with all-purpose grease. Always put a lot of grease at the tip of those metal rods, because that's the first thing that goes into those black rubber things. And then it will grease the interior of the black rubber vibration dampener. So one of the keys is some people try to lube the inside of those black rubber things, and that's possible. You can use a Q-tip, dip a Q-tip in a good amount of grease, and stick it all the way through that black rubber, vibration dampener. It helps so the vibration of the vehicle doesn't translate to the muffler and cause excessive vibration. But again, lube the tip of that metal rod really well if you don't want to do the Q-tip and bullshit like that. Lube the tip really well, lube the shaft a little bit, and you're probably going to put the pipe wrenches on here, and that'll help work that rod into that black vibration dampener. Which one you put in first is up to you. It slightly matters. One's a little bit longer than the other. Here's the other one. They're slightly different lengths, slightly different angles, obviously. Nothing's perfect. Now when you get all this off, you're probably not going to get it off by using pipe wrenches and wiggling and shit like that. You're probably just going to have to cut them off. That's what mechanics do. They cut them off and then they deal with it. If this rusted pipe isn't long enough to make this connection happen in the place and position that it needs to make this muffler meet up to it with enough overlap between the two pipes, fine. You add a pipe sleeve or a pipe piece, and then you make that connection happen. So as far as supporting the muffler, this clamp and this overlap amount between the two pipes, that's part of the support. The other part is these rods with the black vibration dampeners or whatever. That's support. This is support. So right now you have 3 really solid points of support. The back end of the muffler, right now my muffler has no support. And even if it had no support, pretty much this entire system, probably this this muffler probably wouldn't go anywhere anyway, because it has 1, 2, 3 solid points of support and dealing with vibration. So if we go to the back end here of the muffler, let's reorient. What do I have? I have some steel wire. That's that aluminum colored stuff. Let me adjust the light. There we go. I have steel wire, you know, wrapped around there and then wrapped around here. Right now it's a little bit loose, and I'm going to retighten that after I end the video. So there you go, 3 points of support. Okay, let me put my headlamp on real quick, and then yeah, we got some decent lighting just from outside. Okay, so there we go. This I'm going to adjust so it's holding it tighter, but I could slip this on and off right now. Nothing's going to change. This fucker's rock solid. It's rock solid because I got 3 solid points of contact in the front. Am I going to put on my tailpipe? Maybe, maybe not. I might put on a straight piece, maybe a foot long, 2 feet long. That's it. And then at the end, sometimes I might put a little adapter that goes from 2.5 inch diameter to maybe 1.5 inch diameter, just to create a little more resistance to airflow. Because over time, you're going to develop little pinholes, little seams that start to go. You don't even notice them. You're just wondering, hey, I hear a little more air coming out of my exhaust system, and I lost a little bit of power. Don't know why. The seam might be coming apart a little bit. These welds, they just spot weld, tack weld, whatever the hell you want to call them. Spot weld, tack weld, whatever. This pipe goes in a certain amount into the muffler, so that's support first of all. These are just to hold it from, you know, moving around or twisting, turning, you know. They should do a full weld around here. That would be great, but fine, no big deal. These aren't airtight as is. Creating that weld would make it more airtight, but these are closed systems, and they always find the next weakest point to blow out air or create a larger hole over time. So will I keep this on? Yeah, I'm going to tighten this up just for an extra point of support. So that's that. You get the point. Some of the techniques, again, 2 pipe wrenches are going to work things off just to get some play going. But these are the key. These are probably 18-inch long handles, like all together from here over, 18 inches long, 16 inches long. This one might be a little longer, 18 inches long. That's what you want to go with for 2.5 inch exhaust pipe. There's that pipe sleeve I talked about. And again, you have to overcome this friction between these two before you can hope to separate these two. Overcome that friction. You may need MAP Pro-Gas heat to heat things up, and then start using the pipe wrenches to get things to start spinning. And then if you want to bang, you know, the pipe wrench or put a hammer on this or some big ass fucking clamp and then start wailing on the clamp, meaning the exhaust clamp, to get those to separate, fine, try that. But the end point is you might have to just cut them with a reciprocating saw, aka Sawzall. Now, what I do up here, for some reason, that exhaust clamp, I kind of put it at a slight angle. If you look, I'm in line with it right now. It's at a slight angle. Meaning, it's not exactly like this. That would be, you know, roughly perpendicular to the line of the exhaust system. That's roughly perpendicular. The reason why I don't do that is because when you get moisture and rain, both of these nuts have water sitting on them. And that's how they rust to shit, other than being exposed to the elements. They're both equally getting as much rain sitting on them over time. So I like to angle them slightly. This way just one nut gets the water. Because most of the time, one or both of these nuts are going to break. Meaning not the nuts, the bolts. The bolts usually break. Which is fine. Then you can get the clamp off. Because even if you can't get the other nut off, you still have one off. And then now you can get things moving. So put them at a slight angle. Let that water go to one nut, because one's going to fuck up. Just decide which one. This is a controller control which nut gets fucked up or bolt breaks. Because it's a high likelihood one or both will break. So that's that. Some kind of bird or squirrel in the background. Hey! Hey! Shut that. I'm going to have to get out there and deal with that turd. So that's that. Goodbye. Good luck.